Yo, what up, guys? I wanted to do a decent size update video of some stuff I've gotten from Christmas till now. I've actually got a pretty decent amount of stuff to list off here, so I'll just start off with the couple 4Ks I got, then go on from there. First 4K I got was Get Out, just because I heard it looked good, and I never owned this movie on physical release. I had seen it in theaters, and I had actually seen it at a buddy's house when it came out on disc, but I never bought it myself. I always thought it was really overrated, but I saw the trailer for his new movie, Us, and it really made me intrigued to watch it again, so yeah, I bought that. And these were must-buys I had to get. Rambo First Blood Part 1, classic. Rambo First Blood Part 2, another classic, and I love these covers. And this one also, Rambo Part 3, one of my favorites. So yeah, I had to pick those up, 80s action classics. And then these are some more Asian titles I had to pick up that I didn't have. Cold Fish, I've heard really good things about, so excited to check that one out. This one I've seen way back in the day, but I didn't have it, and that's Three Extremes 1. I remember this being really good, so excited to check that one out again. And of course, had to pick up Three Extremes 2. I heard it's not as good as Part 1, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. And these I got at FYE just because I never owned them, and they were on sale because they're going out of business. It's Ju-On and Ju-On 2. So a month is coming up where I'm going to review nothing but Asian films. I got insane amount of Asian horror films to review. But this next stuff is just random stuff I've gotten in the mail from Amazon and like Grindhouse Video. Like this I got in the mail from Grindhouse Video, Last House on the Left. I took my time getting it. I'm a little surprised I was still able to get it. And I wasn't going to buy it either because I'm a big fan, but I just didn't need the deluxe edition. But I only bought it because at Barnes & Noble, they had all the Arrow films 50% off. And I'm a member, so I get an extra 10% off. So this was 60% off. So for like 18 bucks, I couldn't pass it up. And I figured if I'm going to get this, I'd get the Last House on the Left. So finally glad to have those Wes Craven deluxe sets. And these I got in the mail from Amazon just because I needed to complete some collections and stuff. Like I got Doll Man from Full Moon. I had all the demonic toys and stuff. I had to pick up Doll Man. So glad to have that. And then the last one I needed, Doll Man vs. Demonic Toys. I've actually never seen this, but it sounds badass. I love demonic toys and Doll Man. So yeah, glad to have that on Blu-ray. And this I really wanted to see again. I remember seeing like the first 2 episodes when they aired on TV, but that's about it. And I always love these short stories, things Stephen King does. So yeah, I think it was like $8, so you know I can't complain with that price. So kind of glad to check that out again. It's been years and years since I've seen the 2 episodes that I saw on that. And these were seemed like no-brainers to me. They were on sale for like $5 each. It was Laid to Rest. I remember seeing that when it first came out, and I remember really digging it. I remember the ending in particular, really digging it. So picked that up. And of course I had to pick up the sequel. I've never seen it, but I heard it's not as good. But with a cover like that, you can't really pass it down. But I'm still excited to see it nonetheless. I really dug the first one. This was just some random stuff I really needed to. Like Scream Factory's Scarecrows. I have never seen the movie. I've heard good things about it. I'm excited to check it out. Sounds pretty interesting. And this one I only bought because I bought the First House on the Left on Blu-ray. I have no interest in Part 2. I don't like that movie, but I've never seen this, so I'm kind of interested in it. Mind Ripper, put out by Code Red, and I think I think Wes Craven's son was gonna direct this, but I guess he just wrote it. But yeah, it's Hills Have Eyes 3, Mind Ripper. This one, I'm shocked I was able to actually get the slipcover for, to be honest, but that's the Wishmaster collection on Blu-ray. I really needed to get them on Blu-ray. I have all the DVDs. It's one of my guilty pleasure franchises because I rate it so high in my list. I love the first two of The Passion. I even really enjoy the third one where it's in the college. And I really enjoy the fourth one too, even though they get really goofy and look like they were filmed on like porn sets. But yeah, I really love all the films in this series, so really glad to have that. I think I bought it for only like 25 bucks or something, or not even that, like 20 bucks on Amazon. And this next thing I got, or this next little stack here of Trauma titles I got in the mail from Grindhouse Video. Just because a lot of stuff I'm trying to upgrade to Blu-ray, especially like the Toxic Avengers. I heard some of it's cut on the Blu-rays, but I still have the DVDs. But I did want to see the high-def transfers on these. And I did watch part 1 on Blu-ray, and it looked really good. So I'm curious to see how 2, 3, and 4 look. But yeah, Toxic Avengers set. And Romeo and Juliet. I've actually never seen this one, but yeah, got that on Blu-ray. And Poultrygeist, have seen it, but it's been a long time, so I'm excited to see it again on Blu-ray. And unfortunately, Grindhouse Video didn't have Class of Nukem High 1 on Blu-ray, so I couldn't get it, but I will get it eventually. But I picked up Class of Nukem High Part 2 on Blu-ray, and Class of Nukem High Part 3, and then Return to Nukem High Volume 1, because I remember seeing this when it first came out and enjoying it quite a bit. It's just, it's taking years and years for Part 2 to come out, but I've heard some rumblings about it, so it just did kind of inspire me to get this, just because I'm kind of excited for Part 2, just because it's been so many years, and I think it's finally coming. But this last little stack, I actually went to Grindhouse Video in Tampa yesterday, just because I had some money to blow and time to spare, so I actually just went there and did that. I got this Dark Waters set. Now, I got Dark Waters on Blu-ray. I actually got the director's autograph, but I saw this on the shelf, and I'm such a huge fan of Dark Waters, and it comes with this little replica, little stone amulet from the movie and stuff, and it was, I mean, it was a little pricey. I think it's limited to 2,000, but I just had to pick it up. I'm such a fan of the movie. And then these were just the regular movies I got from there. They had an Asian section, I guess they had just put up, so I browsed through it, but this caught my eye. Something called The Butcher, and the dude looks like straight up a scene from Hostel, and this is from when Tartan Asia Extreme was part of Palisades, and it says, the Korean horror film too brutal and shocking to be released in its own country. So we'll see how that is. It sounds pretty badass. This one, I just let the curiosity get the better of me. I was looking through the used section, and I just couldn't pass it down. Plus, there's a lot of podcasts I like that have episodes on this movie, and I finally want to listen to them, so I figured I'm going to buy this thing. I'm kind of actually excited to see it. I remember Garbage Pail Kids a lot back in the day. I'd never seen this movie. I don't even know what to expect with it, to be honest, but glad to actually finally have it, though. And this next one is a slasher that it always eluded me. I love the cover. I just never got the opportunity to see it. It's Final Exam. Yeah, it looks like a Halloween ripoff, but I've heard it's bad and I've heard it's good. So I'm leery on watching it, but I'm still pretty excited too. And this one, put up by Vinegar Syndrome, I've never seen, but the screenshots on the back, I had to pick it up. Body Melt. Cover's cool, but yeah, the screenshots on the back of this look crazy. I doubt you'll be able to see them on here, but just, yeah, you can't really see it well, but it just, like, looks gross. So that, and then this one was a Wes Craven film that I've never actually seen. Taking me forever to pick it up, but that's Deadly Blessing. I've heard good things about this, actually. I just figured I'd pick it up because I was getting other Wes Craven stuff. And this next one, I just happened to see it on the shelf and had to snag it up. I knew it because it's one of those titles I always knew I had to get. It's just when I go to order titles, it never pops into my head. And it's one of my favorite movies ever. After multiple rewatches, Session 9. I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't like it. Then the second time I saw it, it actually really freaked me out. And then the third time I saw it, I really loved it. So we'll see how it is on Blu-ray here. But this is definitely a super... I don't even know if I'd call it underrated anymore, because I think a lot of people like it now. But yeah, this is a super solid film. And this one I had to get just because of the movie Vendetta. I've never heard of them, but just the covers of those and just the synopsis sound badass. They're revenge movies. Like Vendetta, this woman's sister goes to like prison and she gets killed by these inmates, and she has to go, she commits these crimes and gets herself locked up and goes to the prison, which is just an exact revenge, which is so over the top, but you could tell by the cover it's super cheesy and stuff. So yeah, Naked Vengeance and Vendetta. I've noticed pretty much everything I got Scream Factory. There was just a lot of titles I needed to get to fill in gaps of stuff that I just kept passing on till now. And this one, double feature of Destroyer and Edge of Sanity. I'm a big Anthony Perkins fan, and the cover looked really cool. I haven't seen any of these movies, so we'll see, but yeah, glad to have this double feature here. And this one just sounded super intriguing, and just some screenshots from this thing look crazy. And that's Liquid Sky, put out by Vinegar Syndrome. I think it's like a Blade Runner ripoff from what I gather from the synopsis and the screenshots, just the look of it. But I think it has to do with like aliens, and there's like a lot of day glow, and it's like in the new wave punk scene or something, or I don't know. It just sounds super crazy, so I'm kind of excited to check out Liquid Sky. But yeah, from what I can see, I think that was pretty much everything Oh no, there is one more thing actually. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot to put these up. In the Buybacks review, I reviewed the first one, but I got the August Underground trilogy on Blu-ray. They have always eluded me, and they've always been crazy expensive, so glad to have that. I think they're numbered too. They got 500 and something out of 1,000, 542. And then this one was a must-buy. I was walking around Walmart and saw they finally released this, and this is Death Kiss. I'm not hearing anything about this. Like, it literally, I only saw it just because I was looking at Walmart, but it's a Charles Bronson Death Wish knockoff, and they got this actor. I don't know if you can see him too well, but he looks just like Charles Bronson, and they legally couldn't call it Death Wish, so they called it Death Kiss. So, yeah, we'll see how that one is. I'm a huge Death Wish fan. I actually got Charles Bronson right there, so, you know, I got to get anything related to Charles Bronson. So, yeah, Death Wish. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.